Hey guys! Wow, I am so sorry. It has been so long. I've actually been wanting to do a storytime video regaling you all of my thrilling adventure as a nomadic freelance artist, but wouldn't you know it, as soon as I had a script in place and I had most of the drawings finished and I was starting on the narration, I found a reason to stay in one place. But I'll get to that in a later video. I also didn't want you all to think that I was disappearing from or getting rid of my YouTube channel. I just need to figure out the best way to film and narrate in a space that doesn't really work like my previous one. I do think I might have found a way to do so. It just requires me to do a little bit more digital work and probably less traditional work. I do hope to get back to traditional things ASAP, but for now, I do think that digital is the way to go. I hope you guys don't mind. With that said, I had a supremely vivid dream a few nights ago, and I couldn't get it out of my head when I woke up, so I drew it. Even now, the dream is so vivid that I figured I'd let you guys in on some of the complete nonsense that goes on in my brain while I sleep. If you'd like to know what a surreal nightmare is like for me, listen on. Just please be aware there is a mild content warning for illustrated blood and gory descriptions, as well as a forewarning to those who are sensitive to illustrations or descriptions of spiders. With that, let's see what you think of my dreams. The dream starts out with me on a bridge. The sound of my boot clicking against the splintering worn wood beneath me. Before me, hundreds or even thousands of towering redwood trees mark the beginning of a vast, endless forest. I don't know where I am, and despite my intention to venture into this dense forest as the sun sets, I feel safe and comfortable. The last escaping rays of glowing red and yellow light disappear behind the ridge of the forest ahead of me. I take one step off the bridge, then another. The heels of my boots sink into the soft green grass. I can smell the fresh scent of pine and the sweet petrichor of the dewy field beneath my feet. I feel comfortable, and yet I'm still looking for some direction. There are no signposts, no trails, no roads. What am I looking for? Suddenly, from within the darkness of the woods, I see it. Glowing antlers. At first, they seem to be floating, but as they move closer to me, I can gradually see the face of a beautiful, pure white stag. Immediately, I feel a renewed sense of courage and confidence, and I walk briskly, fearlessly into the forest, trailing behind the alabaster beast. The forest around me is pure black. I doubt if I am even in the forest anymore. Perhaps I've somehow stumbled into a cave or a wormhole. The sole source of light within this inky expanse comes from my guide, the ivory stag. Its body doesn't glow, though the snowy coat almost seems to. It's those antlers. Those stunning, gorgeous antlers. After walking for some time, we reach a clearing. For the first time in what seems like ages, I can finally see my surroundings. The pale moonlight from above illuminates the glade. Truly, every direction around me looks exactly the same. The same dense concentration of colossal redwoods quickly receding into a void of blackness. With a momentary twinge of terror, I look back to the only safe thing around me now, my guide, the stag. As my eyes refocus on it, I realize that the antlers have absorbed so much of the moon's light that I am briefly blinded. I blink away the blindness, and when my vision returns, the stag is gone. In its place, a hulking black wolf stands, and the tranquil, safe feeling I had mere moments before with my guide has been replaced by consternation, apprehension, and dread. But why? The wolf isn't snarling at me, it isn't walking towards me, and yet I feel inordinate amounts of fear and anxiety. The wolf takes one step. I see its leg trembling as though from exhaustion. Then I see something else. What is that? I squint. Some dark liquid is flattening its shining fur as it rolls down its cheeks, its lips, and out of its ears. A multitude of thin streams of dark, viscous blood cascade down its body, originating from within every single orifice. As I take a step backward, I see several long, hairy, spindly sticks emerge from beneath the wolf's front legs. It creeps up the wolf's chest in an almost mechanical way, alighting delicately on the animal's throat. The enormous spider is as black as the forest around us, its exoskeleton reflecting the lunar light above. Its gigantic fangs toy with the bottom lip of the wolf, attempting to climb inside of its mouth. It gives up, and I watch in horror as it simply elects to sink its fangs and venom into the animal's gum line. Then, in opposite but equal measure to how slowly it previously moved, it scampers rapidly around the wolf, biting it all over. Every spot it bites seems to create an additional waterfall of blood. Strangely, the wolf seems to be unfazed and otherwise unaffected by this, or by my presence. However, eventually, it succumbs to these injuries, and the instant its body hits the ground, the fur, flesh, muscle, and bone disintegrate as though in acid. Within moments, all that is left is a heap of organs and gelatinous, bleeding goo. Strangely, my fear, trepidation, and horror subside as soon as the wolf's body succumbs to its wounds. As I begin to look around for some way to get out of this unending forest, I feel something crawl up my leg. It's not light, and it pulls my pant leg downward, the fabric scratching against my skin. I glance down. It's already made its way up my arm. The giant spider. I look at it numb, my emotional capacity shot. With its many black eyes, it stares up at me as it sinks its fangs into my hand. Within a moment, my fingers begin to blacken, starting with the tips and rapidly moving up towards my palm. Oddly, it doesn't hurt. It merely feels like placing my hand in ice water. Pins and needles. Then the feeling subsides, as my fingertips begin to crack and fall away into ash. And then I woke up. Pretty weird dream, huh? I don't put much stock in dreams or dream interpretation, to be honest, but hey, if you have an interpretation, I would be fascinated to hear it. Otherwise, did you enjoy the story and drawing? If you did, please let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, please be sure to share, like, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and/or Facebook. Thanks again so much for watching. My next video is probably going to be an unboxing video because I just got a new iPad Pro and accoutrements, and I will get that out to you within the next 2 weeks, I promise. The unfortunate thing is, of course, with the virus and all of the other stuff going on right now, shipping is super delayed, but I will promise you that within 2 weeks of receiving all my stuff for my iPad, I will have another video out to you, and it will be an unboxing video, and thereafter I will get back to work, and you guys will hopefully see me more frequently than once every 6 months. Sorry. Anyway, with all of that said, thank you so much for watching. Till next time, guys, which I promise will be sooner than this last time.